I might try to answer this quickly in a few different ways for sort of the startup space or context. So first, starting something of your own. There's two main ways that that can come into existence. One is bootstrapped, and the other is through some sort of external funding. By bootstrap, I mean you moonlight on the side, producing something that has the potential to produce revenue, and you slowly grow it before transferring all of your energy over to that thing, versus putting together essentially a story, getting money into an organization on the story, and then taking that money to execute on the story. So both of those are interesting paths if you want to start something of your own. If you want to join a startup and maybe not start something on your own just yet, but rather join a team who's already taking something forward, some of the folks have already touched on these things, but I'll just highlight them. So flexibility is huge, and that openness to what an opportunity could look like, not being bound to what you think it should look like, and then having that grow into something different over time, because the only thing that we can say consistently about everything in the world is that it's going to change, and it's especially true in startups. So you start in a particular role, and then you grow that, or you move into a space that is interesting to you. So the generalist capacity is interesting from the perspective of startups, being able to, in that flexibility, take on different roles in different spaces. And that's one of the things that I think is sometimes of a challenge after coming out of a PhD or a master's program, where you've been very, very focused on a problem in depth. And so kind of just moving into that mindset of, how do I take on all of these different things at the same time? Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Flexibility, opportunity, openness to opportunity, and generalism.
Thanks, Olivia.
Okay, in my case, I guess it's a little bit more targeted, in the sense that it does target a relatively specific field of engineering. So naturally, as Ayman said, be really, really good at what you do, especially in our case, wireless communications. But we also like students who, let's say, or like in general, we like people who will have an appetite for learning, because at the end of the day, in my team, we are, so to speak, at the bleeding edge of the technical field. And so we will try all kinds of different things. And more often than not, the idea that we will try will not work the first time. It will take many, many iterations for it to kind of see the light of day into something that we can actually show to the world. Hey, this is the new cool stuff we have now. So this sort of relates to Olivia's point, which is like, don't be bounded by what you think the role is about. It may look entirely different, a year from now, 2 years from now, just because the field evolves the same way as you do. So certainly having the very strong set of basic skills in what you do, like a core specialization, is definitely helpful. But after that, how you make use of it, and how you, let's say, learn to see where other opportunities might be and what you can do with it, is a very good skill set to have, I'd say.
Thank you, Aman.
So is it like the concluding remarks, or because I kind of lost the question?
Sort of, it seems.
Sort
Is
of.
it? Okay.
Yeah. It's concluding
I
remarks.
Lost the question. Okay. Okay. Yeah, be good at what you do. Take courses, different courses from outside. Do internship if you can. Be optimistic, be positive, make yourself surrounded with smart people with positive attitude. Yeah, be hopeful, don't lose hope. If you are in a bad cycle, okay, just try to get out of it as soon as possible. Don't regret what you did, if it was wrong. well, they always say try to make new mistakes. So making one mistake is fine, but try to make new mistakes. Yeah, what else? Yeah, as I do internship. I haven't done that. That was something. I mean, if you can do it, if you can't just, as I said, go audit some different courses. Yeah, I mean, in general, whatever like you feel now, if you are a good state, fine. But if you are in a bad mood or bad, like just to try to be optimistic. Again, statistically or historically, people in the same position as you did are doing better after their graduation. So just it's most probably you gonna be among them or like them. Be good, don't have enemies. Always leave on a good note. If your relationship with your supervisor is good, fantastic, that's good. If it's not, like you have some tension, try to clear the atmosphere. People, again, are different. Not everyone PhD or grad school journey is the same. But usually the destination is good. So whatever you feel like, even if you have troubles, even if you have difficulties, you will just learn from it. If it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. And you will laugh at it a few months or a few years from now. So just enjoy the experience, even with the problems you have. If you don't have, fine, but enjoy it. In general, it's it pays off very well. So yeah, you just, well, I wish I was. Generally, I'm not that optimistic, but that's my advice. That's my piece of advice. So just enjoy what you do. Be good, be nice. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Thank you, Arman.
Thanks.
So yeah, so for me it would be again to publish, but don't sacrifice the quality of your publications for the numbers and for bean counting. So always leave something that you can, stand by and be proud of. Network, the importance of networking, and nowadays this is so especially in academia, I'm trying to figure this out, this with, time management skills, organization skills. So all of these, they take practice, and I just try and look up to people who I think do it well, and try to feel less guilty about when I don't make those goals. But yeah, I can't give advice on this really. And again, like this, I'm not in a position to say this, but acknowledge your privileges, right? All of us were privileged at some level to be here and be able to, take part in this event. So always acknowledge that, right? So you might feel less privileged to somebody else or more privileged to somebody else, but that's a great part of like how we came here, right? We all got lucky at some point. We all have that privilege. So always have that in mind and, like extend that opportunity to other people. Because like in our field, like talent is everywhere, opportunity isn't, right? So if you can identify with those people, yeah, I'm sorry, it's still a cliche, but I do feel that. Also, yeah, leave UBC and come to SFU. My final result.
The war between the two universities has been very long and going for a very long time.
Come to the dark side.